Hey everybody, this is Dark Side Elite here, and I wanted to bring this to your attention. A lot of my boy Film Gob literally put out a huge compilation of people screaming out the Snyder Cut doesn't exist, and we're having big news that the Snyder Cut will be released, and it looks like it is going to be on HBO Max, but it's going to be hemmed because of the coronavirus. Now, again, I know people are upset, but we've waited almost 2 years for over 2 years, almost 2 years for this. Oh no, over 2 years for this. We can wait a couple of more months. We can wait a little bit longer. But now is the time. I'm telling you guys right now, now is the time to fight back against John Campea, fight back against Collider, fight back against RLM, fight back against Jody's Corner, fight back against these people, all these people I'm listing, and even more that literally said that this cut does not exist. We don't know what we're talking about, and that we're fools, we're idiots. Now, we've also now know that there was huge rumors that Collider is completely reformatting everything. Now, John Campea went on a huge tirade telling the people there that they're a-holes, this and this. But here's the thing. They are losing people. They lost a lot of viewers. And you know why? Because they were getting more and more toxic. They were only giving echo chamber to the Disney machine. Okay? Listen, I grew up on Disney. All of us have grown up on Disney. A lot of us have grown up on Disney. But let's be perfectly honest. It is a business. It wants to make money. But to literally have one whole segment of Disney, which is Marvel, create hit after hit after hit after hit after hit, and DC is trying to do something a little bit different, do something a little bit more adult oriented, because that's what DC does. DC does a little bit more adult oriented stuff. They don't deal that much with the childlike mentalities on things. They don't do things on a much more even scale. They try to get things more towards the young teens and adult oriented style. They've been doing that since the 1980s, and they've been doing it very successfully. They're doing it now. Now we could debate about what DC has been doing lately. However, they are selling more comics than Marvel is. That is a plain fact. There are some comics in Marvel that have soared past some DC comics, but Superman has been selling very, very well for DC. Batman has always been selling very, very well for DC. Flash is almost like their new Spider-Man. He's been soaring past them for a while now. Aquaman is really good. Wonder Woman has always been flustering because they don't know truly what to do with her. That's my personal opinion. However, DC in the comic book way has been skyrocketing past Marvel. They've been doing very successfully. Their animation is adult oriented. People don't understand that. It's not kiddie. There's nothing kiddie about freaking what they've been doing on their animation. So why is it hard for us to have that in live action? That has always been my biggest complaint. Everybody talks about how kiddie Marvel animation movies are. They're very kiddie. They don't take anything very seriously. But their live action, oh man, that's phenomenal. This and this and this. But DC has been doing the same thing for close to 20 years. They've been doing a lot more adult oriented more adult oriented things where they have a little bit more sexual innuendo. They have a little bit more of the violence. They have a little bit more of the blood. They actually show a little bit more than Marvel does. But when you come to live action, oh, it's trash. Oh man, it doesn't have the fun. Oh, Superman is garbage. Wait a minute. If you look through Justice League Unlimited, which is quite possibly one of the greatest sources of animation that we've been talking about for close to 20 years, and I loved it. I love the Bruce Timm version. The Bruce Timm and Paul Dini universe, it is phenomenal. But let's be perfectly honest here. It was very adult oriented. It was. You had the situation. You had the growth of an affair between Diana and Bruce that was very hidden. You had the whole situation with Superman, him getting angry to the point where he was beating Captain Marvel halfway to death because of Lex Luthor. You had Lex Luthor doing all this stuff. You had Brainiac grown out of his body. Come on, man. It is grotesque. Okay? Don't give me this nonsense that DC needs to be more kid oriented. Dude, there's a difference. A huge difference. As long as the kid is seeing superheroes do superhero things, they're perfectly fine with it. But for us, individuals who are grown up, who are going to buy the products, we want to see something a little bit more adult. We do. And DC's been doing it for years, and it's been very successful. But on the live action, they wanted to be exact to Marvel, but they hide behind the fact of, no, I'm not saying that, but that's what they've always been saying. They've been saying it for over 6 years. For close to 7 years, they've been saying this. Ever since Man of Steel. Green Lantern was their Marvel version of a movie. It was their Marvel level movie, and it tanked. It tanked because the story was garbage. That was literally a Marvel type of writing. It was Marvel type of filming. It was Marvel type of storytelling, and it tanked. There were some aspects I liked in the movie. I'm not gonna say it was total trash for me, but there was things in there I hated. It was garbage. Hawk would be on the same way. He loved Mark Strong as Sinestro. That was Sinestro. There were some things I loved that Ryan Reynolds did with Hal Jordan. He could do a great Hal Jordan. But that story was terrible. They ruined Parallax. They ruined Sinestro's fall. They ruined it. And that's Marvel. That was what Marvel's been doing for 20 years. No, I'm sorry, for close to 13, 14 years now. Let's be honest. Green Lantern tanked. But Marvel comes out and they do their movies and it skyrockets. Oh, that's fun. It's exciting and this and that. And then the next movie comes out. Oh, this one was better than this one. Wait a minute. Oh, this one was better than this one. What? So every movie was getting better and better and better and better, but the jokes were more and more lame. That made no sense to the storyline. You put in a crackpot joke in a very tenseful scene to get you into it, and then it drops because there was somebody who has to drop a joke. What? That makes no sense. That makes no sense to storytelling. Now, he also put Jody's Corner on blast. He put up his review of Batman v Superman: The Ultimate Edition, and he lambasted it. He loved it. He was like, "Man, this was awesome." And then he'll come back now later and say that, "Oh, BVS was trash." But Justice League was awesome. But I don't understand why people didn't like it. You had one lady sitting there saying that she loved Thor Ragnarok. It was a great buddy film. But Ragnarok is not about a buddy film. It is the destruction of Thor's whole world. That movie's supposed to be dramatic. It's supposed to be emotional. We're supposed to feel Thor as he's going through his final battle, and he and his friends, the Avengers, cannot be there to help him. He has to go against his brother. He has to go against Niflheim. He has to go against Svavelheim. He's supposed to go against the Midgard Serpent. He's supposed to go against Fenrir, all of his enemies, the destruction of his people, the destruction of his home, and he has to do this all by himself. No help. Nobody came to his help. And we're supposed to laugh through all of this? That is not how you're supposed to do Ragnarok. Ragnarok's supposed to be emotional. Ragnarok's supposed to be this is quite possibly the last time we're going to see Thor. But Kevin Feige, he threw out the crumb and said, "Oh, we're going to destroy Thor here. But hey, you know what? You're going to see him. Don't worry about it." Wait a minute. So you took away everything that happened in Thor Ragnarok. And they backpedaled on all their stories. It's terrible storytelling. Zack knew exactly how to tell his story. He built Superman to make him feel emotion and then made him not understand consequences for his actions. He makes the ultimate sacrifice. Batman sees that he killed the greatest hero for the earth. And he realized that he got this man killed because of his arrogance. This is what I got from it. Bruce knows he's old. He tainted Batman. He tainted his creation. But he's only doing this because it is the mission. He has to get the mission done. But what was his whole story throughout all three of about those two movies? It was redemption. He wanted to pay back the world for getting the greatest hero killed by giving him a troop, a bunch of heroes led by Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was supposed to lead them. That was his whole reasoning. That's why he said, where the heck were you at? You could have led these people. You could have been there with Superman. But you hid. That was the speech he was giving to her. So don't talk to Bruce about loss. You lost one man. Bruce lost his whole city to his crusade. He lost his best friend. We don't know the relationship between him and Robin, but we know that it was his protege. But the people, that was the speech about 20 years in Gotham. We know what promises were worth. He understands that he lost a lot of people, and he's angry. He's bitter because of it. And he took it out all on Superman. And he took it out on Wonder Woman in that exchange, because he was wondering, why are you telling me what's important? Where the heck were you? You could have led these people. You could have brought the Atlanteans out of here. You could have actually led Superman to becoming a great hero. You were one of the first heroes. A female hero at that. That was what that scene was mainly about. He was trying to get us to understand that he's leaving this group for her. Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg. He's leaving it to her to lead them. He was going to retire. That was the other exchange about him talking to her in that room. She says, "You can't do this forever." He says, "I could barely do it right now." He's snickering about it. Bruce would never snicker something about that. He would say, it's the job, and I get it done. He wouldn't allow her to get to him like that. But he's literally laying it all right there, telling her that he knows. He knows deep down he cannot be doing this forever. And he wasn't. That's the reason why he went forward and said, no, stay on the position, stay on the mission. He wanted them to go in and take out Steppenwolf while he dies. That was his whole purpose. She knew it too. She knows that deep down that this man was going to sacrifice himself for everybody. And she was not going to allow it to happen. God, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. I have a feeling that's what Zach had in there. That Diana finally got out of her shell and realized that her job is to not let these people sacrifice themselves for the cause. She will do everything it can to make sure everybody lives. Batman is willing to always make the sacrifice for humanity. He's always going to do it. That's it. That's who he is. He will sacrifice himself for Gotham. He will sacrifice himself for the world. That's Batman. That is Bruce Wayne. He's always been that way. Superman will make the grand sacrifice if he doesn't need to. But he will not allow his friends to die. The world needs these heroes. They will always look out for each other's backs. And that's what Zach was trying to build. But you got good old Joss Whedon, who came in and basically hiccuped all over everything. He hiccuped all over everything. He made Flash a bumbling idiot. He made Bruce Wayne a bumbling idiot in front of Aquaman. What? Bruce Wayne is confident. He went toe-to-toe against Superman, who could turn Aquaman into a tin can. Aquaman can't bench press a planet. If he could, then why the hell is he with these guys? He's strong as hell, but he's nowhere near as strong as Superman. And Batman had the confidence to take on Superman. He's not going to be afraid of Aquaman. He's not going to take crap from anybody, but he's going to bumble and fumble? That makes absolutely no sense. But that's what they wanted. Those yuck moments. They wanted that Iron Man, Tony Stark, to piss off the stoic hero, which is Aquaman / Thor. And that was the yuck moment. That's what Joss Whedon put in there. He made almost Wonder Woman irrelevant. because you could tell the scenes that he messed with and he didn't mess with. Everything that Diana did in that movie, that was all Snyder. That was not Whedon. The badassery that you see in that movie, that was not done by Joss Whedon. The badassery was Zack Snyder, because Joss Whedon was like, I can't mess with this. She looks badass, but he made her almost a footnote in the story because of the 2-hour mandate. Stupid. Now I'm gonna put that link down below. What Film Gob did. I applaud him for this. This is the time. We need to go back to all these videos these guys put up. Get these videos. Get those snippets. And literally, and I mean it, literally throw it back in their faces. Say, you said the Snyder Cut doesn't exist. Why is it coming out on HBO Max? You said that they have no money to do this. Obviously, they're confident enough to put on a streaming service. So what is it? And you can see that John Campea, one guy's talking about that John Campea is doing a video on this. You know why? Because he knows it's coming out and he doesn't want the feedback. He doesn't want the fight back from us. But no, put up those old videos. Put it in his face. Say, hey, wait a minute. You said it doesn't exist. Now you're saying it exists. Why you saying it exists? 2, you said that you had connections into the WB. You're telling me WB lied to you. Then why didn't you say that at the very beginning? This is dumb. You are lying to your audience members so you can make money off of them. Jody Corner flat out admitted it. Hell, Roca, the cowboy Roca, he admitted it. He admitted it on Collider. That they have to play the game so they could get those passes. He says that's just the nature of this business. No, it's not. I don't see DC Film Hubs, those guys over at a lot of those pressers. I don't see someone like Chris Wong over at those pressers because they're not playing that game. They're telling you as it is. Chris Wong just doesn't like a lot of the Marvel movies. He loves the DC movies. He's a DC guy. Dave Pena, he's a movie buff. That's why he's called the Film Junkie. But he's not gonna flat out lie to you. He will stretch the truth a little bit, just a little bit. But even he's getting a little sick and tired at the time about the Snyder Cut and the infighting. And this is laughable. All this can be prevented if people just calm down and followed a timeline and stop the bickering. WB wants to make money off of this. They got to. Now the whole thing with Zachary Levi. Now Zachary Levi, he doesn't know. Why would he know? He doesn't know if it truly exists because he's not in the loop. And on top of that, why would he care about it? He wasn't in it. He was never marked to be in it. So why would he care? I'm being honest. Why would Zachary Levi care if the cut exists or not? It doesn't help him. It really doesn't. So for him to say it doesn't exist, it shouldn't have any bearing on that because he's not in the movie. He was never staged to be in the movie. The director just loved Zack Snyder's films, what he was doing in BVS and MOS and Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, that he put in those emphases. He put that stuff in that movie. But for Zachary Levi, he wasn't marked to be in the movie. Now, if you get something from, I don't know, Gal Gadot or, I don't know, J.K. Simmons, that, hey, that cut doesn't exist, then that'll be a lot. But Gal Gadot says, hey, I want to see that movie too. Jason Momoa, I want to see the movie. Ben Affleck, I want to see the movie. Bring that movie out. Because they were on the set. They did the movie. Zachary Levi didn't do the movie. So why would he care? He honestly wouldn't care. He's Captain Marvel, a.k.a. Shazam. He is playing Shazam. Now, if there was supposed to be a Shazam in the movie and he was supposed to be in there, but they cut him completely out, then he would definitely have some understanding that yeah, that I was supposed to be a part of it, but they cut me out. I don't know why. He never said that. That means he was never in the earmark of Zack Snyder being put into this movie. Now he also even stated back in Man of Steel, he didn't even want Martian Manhunter in the movie. He wanted to concentrate on Cyborg, The Flash, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman, and maybe even Green Lantern. He wanted to put Green Lantern in there. Remember, unite the 7, not unite the 8. But everyone atoned that to, oh, you're gonna unite the 7 oceans. But some people are like, oh, you're gonna unite the 7 Justice League members because the picture came out around the time of BVS. They want to keep people hyped because Jason Momoa is part of this universe. But I have a feeling that it was more for his movie. It was more for his movie. So I don't understand why people are lambasting Zachary Levi. I'm not forgiving him for what he was saying. I think he shouldn't have said nothing. He should have been very diplomatic. He should have been on the fence. Like, hey, I don't know if it exists or not, but hey, if it does, hey, that's great. I want to see it too. But if it doesn't exist, then well, I mean, we're no better. We're no more forward than we were by not hearing it. That's what he could have said. He could have said, hey, I don't know. He doesn't know. Jesse Eisenberg doesn't really know either. He was only there for one scene. So he doesn't really know about the Snyder Cut. He wouldn't know. Because he wasn't a big emphasis in the movie. He was supposed to be there and then gotten out of Arkham, and he and Deathstroke are together on a boat. That's it. So Jesse wouldn't know anything. Come on, let's get Jesse Eisenberg out of our throats in a negative way. If you want to debate how he played Lex Luthor, that's fine. But for Justice League, if he says, I don't know if it exists or not, then that should be it. Like, hey, yeah, why would he know? He wouldn't know. He was only there for one scene. Joe Manganiello, same freaking thing. But we know that he's there a lot more in those scenes. He probably was there for a good amount of the filming. He would say if it exists or not. He ain't saying nothing. He's selling his soul for beer. He's selling his soul for beer right now. Liquid Death. Go look it up. Liquid Death, Joe Manganiello. The dude sold his soul for some beer. What a psycho. So he wouldn't know. He ain't talking. And it's fine. But people who are not even in the movie, if they're saying it doesn't exist, why are we even talking to them? Why are we even saying anything? I want to hear from the people who are in the movie. Ben Affleck's not saying nothing. Henry Cavill didn't say a word about it exists or not. All he said is it doesn't matter because people already made their minds up. That's what he was saying. He's not saying that it doesn't exist. He's saying that even if it does exist or not, even if it exists or not, it doesn't matter right now. People already made their minds up. I think we should move forward. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to tell people that a lot of people already made their minds up. They don't care about the Snyder Cut. And that's his opinion, and that's fine. Don't lambaste on Henry about it. Really don't. Let him have his opinion. Because this is the thing I said, and I said in my previous video. How people respond to the end of that Snyder Cut to his Superman is determinable on they're going to move forward with his Superman. Flat. If people loved what Zack Snyder ended his Superman at, you are going to see him get signed for another Superman movie. It's going to get fast tracked. It's as simple as that. If people loved how Zack did Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman in that movie and they showed more of her and she did more stuff, I guarantee you she's going to stick around for more movies. Jason's in it to win it. Ezra will be in it to win it, and Ray Fisher will be in it to win it. These are breaking films for them. Ezra Miller is a very intelligent dude, and he's not stupid. He can go make any other movie he wants. But being a part of the DC universe and being the Flash with his backstory, and also he gets to play a character that has a dark background, but he has a very optimistic attitude. It is the perfect storm for Ezra Miller. He's a phenomenal drama piece actor. He knows how to elicit emotion. He knows how to do tenseful scenes. He knows how to do it very well. He's been doing it almost his whole freaking career. The Flash for me is perfect for him. Perfect. He has a goofball attitude. But he can make it. He could give you a phenomenal Barry Allen. I have that much faith in him. I don't like what they did with him in the Justice League and what Joss Whedon did in those scenes. But in the scene when he was talking to Bruce about how people are slow and this, that's Barry Allen. That's Barry Allen. Run to the mouth. Everything is coming at a split second. And he's telling everybody, and he's talking, and you're just like, dude, hey, whoa, calm down, slow down. This version was more bumbly and fumbly. They made him worse than anything I've ever seen. But there were instances I knew that Zack knew what he was doing with that version of the Flash. The greatest scene out of that whole movie was when he tried to take out Superman. And Superman saw him and he started going, wait a minute, did he just, oh my God. He turned his eyeball, was like, hey, what are you doing over there? What? Flash was like, oh, he can see me? Oh no, he can hurt me. I better move. Best damn scene out of the whole movie. The Flash trying to take on Superman. And Superman was sitting there in his elements going, hey, what are you doing? He's like, oh. He pulled a freaking Jar Jar Binks. Oh, no. It was one of the best and the funniest scenes because the Flash thought, oh, I got this. He's not faster than me. Oh, wait a minute. Did he move? And the moment he turned his head, he was like, oh, my God, he moved. He sees me. Oh, no. He didn't know. He thought he was truly faster than Superman. Superman was like, and he's like, oh. But again, this is a young Barry Allen who doesn't know how fast he truly is. He can run rings around Superman when he uses his full anointed speed, but he doesn't know it yet. Because we don't know what he's going to do. He talked about how the lightning works on the spectrum of ultraviolet. That is insane because that's what Zack was doing. And Chris Terrio. They were building the Flash to give it to the next director and say, here, have fun with it. Aquaman, here, James Wan, have fun with him. Patty Jenkins, oh, you had her, okay, I brought her in. Okay, here, okay, I understand where she's at. Okay, cool. Here, now you can have fun with her. Let me make her more badass. Here you go. That's what Zack was doing. He was taking these characters, making them more badass, so then when the other directors get their hands on them, they don't have to change a damn thing. Just tell the damn story. Make the hero be hero. Make Superman be Superman. You don't have to change him and make him a yuck character. Just the way the Snyder Cut's gonna end is that's where they need to take Superman from that point. If it's successful, if it makes everyone go, Jesus Christ, I love it. But I guarantee you, I give you a Vincent McMahon, if you guys follow WWE, a Vincent McMahon guarantee that if Darkseid is a badass, whatever Adrian Avery is doing, it's going to get thrown. It's going to be thrown to the wolves. We haven't heard nothing about that movie. No pre-production, no nothing. Because you know why? They just attached her to something and said, hey, just do stuff for right now until we figure everything out. Because they are waiting for this cut. They want this cut coming out. They want this cut to come out so they can see if the fans are going to want this. And if this cut changes everybody's mind, changes a lot of people's minds, like what the Ultimate Cut for BVS did, you're going to see us get back that DCEU universe. But Ben is not going to come back. And I'll be okay with that. Give us Dick Grayson. Give us Dick Grayson and Tim Drake. Build Tim Drake to go off on his own and become his own hero, and then introduce Damian Wayne and Talia al Ghul and League of Assassins. And I would say bring Ben back and do some cameo as Bruce Wayne Batman, dealing with Ra's al Ghul. or Roz, or however you guys want to pronounce it, or Talia, and Talia. That would actually bring that would make everybody very, very happy. You still got Ben. He did come back, but he's not Batman. He's just Bruce Wayne right now. He's in a past sequence, and then boom, his scenes are done. Then you can introduce Damian Wayne. And Talia is upset at the fact is that Bruce died. And now you got Damian Wayne with Dick Grayson. And Dick Grayson has to live up to a new legacy now. He has to be a father figure to Bruce's child, next to Alfred. Bring back Jeremy Irons. Be great. But this is now our time. It is. They said it's gonna be delayed. We are not hearing any feedback from WWE saying, "Hey, no, wait a minute, wait a minute. I don't know what you guys are talking about. There are no talks about anything." They're not saying a word. They know now. That's why John Campea is trying to get in front of this and say that, well, blah, blah, blah. No, throw it back in his face. Defeat him with kindness. That's how you destroy somebody like that. He is a shill. He's a pretender he's an imposter. He's not a true DC fan. He wants to make money. I understand about that. I do. I understand. This is his business. But don't lie to fans. And he lied to fans for a very long time. He should have said nothing about the Snyder Cut. He should have said, nope, I don't know nothing about the Snyder Cut until I get more whispers. And so I asked him about it and say, hey, listen, there's people out there fighting for it. I don't know anything. He should have said, I don't know a word. And then when he gets more information, that's when he starts talking a little bit about it. He wouldn't be in this mess right now. He is one of the biggest perpetrators of this whole situation. He got other people involved because remember, he's friends with people on Screen Junkies. He's still friends with people on Collider. He's still friends with RLM. He's still friends with. He still has a lot of pull and a lot of say to a lot of these guys, these media people on YouTube. Remember, Chris Stuckman goes to Collider almost all the time. You don't think he talks to John Campea? And it's stupid. It's ludicrous. And this is our time to fight back. I'm gonna post that Film Gob. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm posting it, right? I'm posting it here on this in the description. Please watch it. Because these are the people that have been telling us since BVS that Zack Snyder doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know what he's doing. We understand superheroes better than Zack Snyder when they're nowhere near as old as Zack. They don't have the creative thought process as Zack. The dude is a phenomenal storyteller. And if they tell you, well, I'm a big Zack Snyder fan, and one guy said, I'm a big Zack Snyder fan, but they're not Zack Snyder fans. That goes back to the line of, well, I'm not a racist, but I'm a Zack Snyder fan. I'm not a huge Zack Snyder fan. I'm a Zack Snyder fan. I love his movies. I want to get almost all of his movies and watch them. I love what he did with Watchmen. It was phenomenal. Some people didn't like it. Why? Well, wait a minute. And then they go off of what Alan Moore said. That's not what. But Zack Snyder can't interpret everything in the movie. The basis of that movie is what he told in his version. That's what it was. That Dr. Manhattan was used by Ozymandias. And he got mad and he understood that he was a puppet. Sorry if you hear something in the back. There's guys out there doing some blowing. They're blowing out all the weeds and such. But here's the thing, and I urge you, a lot of you, please do not start going down that egotistical path. Please, just Get the information and just put it in their faces. Say, hey, you guys said this. Why are you guys changing your tune now? You guys said you had massive in-sources saying that this doesn't exist, but we're getting it on HBO Max. So what is it now? You guys been saying it for months, and now you're quiet. Maybe because WB used you to actually perpetuate their narrative. Why can't you admit that? They don't want to admit that because then it's just going to sound more like that they're trying to get more money out of you. You cannot trust individuals who basically are going to like everything. Everything that one person does, it doesn't like what another person does. Listen, I talk about Marvel almost all the time. So does Hawk. But there are movies in there that we actually like. I loved the first Thor. I loved the first Avenger. I like the first Iron Man. I like the first Avengers. There's some of them I really liked. I loved Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is my favorite movie out of them all. I hated Civil War. That was not Civil War. They didn't take anything seriously. This was not a fight to the death. They were just like, slapping each other around. Hey, we're friends, right? Oh, yeah. What? That's not how it's be. And that's not how it was. They were at each other's throats because of what they believe in. But this was a slap fest. But I'm willing to admit, the fight between Captain America and Iron Man was phenomenal. However, they should have did it in 2 parts. You should have had Captain America embarrass Tony Stark. I mean, completely embarrass him in a fight. And then when they fight in the dam, that's Tony Stark going, okay, I'm done. And Iron Man and Captain America's going, okay, well, I'm done too. You're seeing the full skill level of Captain America versus the analytical thought process of his computer and Tony Stark with the Iron Man suit. The best Iron Man suit he's ever created. We should have had a 2-part fight sequence between those two. Now, Common Movie Mark said it before, and I'm on the same boat. I hope that someone does a documentary on this. I want a documentary on MOS all the way to release the Snyder Cut. I want a account of everything. People talking. We will not get this for another 10 years. And you know why? Because right now, until the Snyder Cut's released and it's into people's thought process and DC's further down the road, they made a lot of money and this and that. Until then, no one's going to talk about it. No one's going to talk about what Kevin Tsuchihara did or Toby Emmerich. No one's going to talk about what Diane Nelson did and Charles Roven and what happened with Jeff Johns. No one's going to say anything. They're not going to say a word. Zack Snyder's not going to say a word because he's not going to eliminate the possibility of him coming back to work with WB again. He's not. None of these people will. But when it gets further down the road, when Henry Cavill's moved on and Gal and this crew has moved on to other bigger, better projects, I would say another 10, 12 years, someone should do a documentary on this. Because then they'll talk. They'll be like, yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter now. Their movies are done. They're having their careers. They're perfectly fine. Because I guarantee you, Ben will talk about it. But it has to be further down the road when he's moved on further. But that's what I want. I want someone to talk about this. So like I said, I want to end it there. So like I said, take these bits and pieces of what Phil Gobb did and literally throw it back in their faces. Don't be rude about it. Kill them with kindness. That's all I'm trying to say. Kill them with kindness. Like, hey, you guys told us this for 2 years now, and now we're hearing it's going to be on HBO Max. What do you have to say on that? You still think it doesn't exist? And if you say it does exist now, why didn't you guys come out and say that it does? Try to, repair whatever damage you guys have been doing all this time. Because you could use what Ben Fritz used and literally say, well, you guys know that this timeline doesn't make any sense. People who have been in this movement, they have an account timeline of everything that's been going on. Why aren't you guys apologizing to them? Apologizing to the fans? Saying, yeah, well, we're sorry for bringing out false information. Bring back that integrity. You'll make more money being having more integrity and say, hey, you know what? I don't have any information. That's one of the main reasons why I don't do a lot of Snyder Cut videos, or I do a lot of videos right now. As much as I am, I'm house bit ridden. I gotta basically stay home now because of this damn virus. And no, I don't have it. I don't have it. I'm sniffling now because I'm trying to hold back a sneeze. I want to keep talking. I want you guys to know that I'm not like those guys. I really am not. I'm not in this to make a lot of money off of this. I want to be able to tell you guys my opinion and bring you their news and bring it to you and tell you my opinion on the news. So please, please, let's be civil about it. Like my tag phrase, let's be civil. Be civil to these people and just let them know you lied to us. What are you going to do to fix this? You've been perpetuating that Marvel's done everything perfectly well, but DC hasn't. But according to everyone else's accounts, the Snyder Cut Justice League is phenomenal. It had this, it had X this, X that, X this. What are you going to say to this? What are you going to do to repair this? And if they hide behind the fact is, well, it's my opinion. Okay, so you basically what you're saying is that you're going to keep telling your opinion on things and perpetuate it as a fact. Because you said that you had clear information from WB that said it doesn't exist. Well, obviously it did, because they're not going to sit back and have Ben Affleck come back and Henry Cavill come back and all these characters come back to redo a whole movie with Zack Snyder in the back. They're not going to do that without someone saying something. Ben Affleck has 3 movies out. You're telling me he did a movie in between all this? That makes absolutely no sense. He did a hidden third movie, which is the Justice League Snyder Cut. So obviously they must have had something. You telling me Henry Cavill basically had to put himself, lost a little bit more muscle mass because of The Witcher and got himself back into Superman's suit and regained that much muscle mass in like a few months? That's impossible. It makes absolutely no sense. And you're telling me they did all this within a year? That's impossible. So they must have had something over there. And again, if they keep hiding behind their opinions, then just go, okay, well, so what you're saying is that you're just gonna keep telling whatever you think is the right truth. Okay, that's enough for me. Thank you. And walk away and say they're not reputable because they want to take your money. Chris Wong doesn't want to take your money. Common Movie Marks doesn't want to take your money. DC Film House doesn't want to do it. Neither does Lantern 2814. Neither does Subjective Reviews. Not myself. And neither does Dave Pena. We don't want to take your money. A lot of these guys do use YouTube to have a subsidiary income. Supplemental income. So this is a secondary level of income for them. For others, it doesn't matter to them, myself included. And that's okay. It's a business. They got to make their money. But you also got to have integrity behind it. If you were wrong, hey, I'm wrong. Again, you guys can point out, hey, you were wrong about blah, blah, blah. I'll say, huh? Okay, let me look back. And I'll say, hey, dude, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. I'm always willing to admit I'm wrong because news changes all the time. Always changes. So again, I'm gonna hit it there again. Thank you for joining me. Like, comment, share, subscribe down below. Hit that bell. I'm getting up a good amount of subscribers. I got 58 subscribers now. It's a ticking process. I'm perfectly happy with it. Thank you guys for joining with me. Thank you guys for sticking around with me. I hope you guys have a great day and fight this virus. Starve a cold, feed a fever, and all of us will get back by this, and we're all going to get back to work or in our normal lives. But this Snyder Cut will be released. It is now written in the stars. It is all part of a divine plan, and it is the plan that Zack Snyder has had ever since he started on MOS, that he wanted us to see the Justice League versus Darkseid. I cannot wait to see it. I don't want him to reveal the look of Darkseid. I want that. I want the movie to give me him all in his glory. I want to see it there. I want to see the design. I want to see it in the movie. Do not give me a design, and I'll be perfectly happy. Okay, you guys have a great one, and You guys have a great day. Bye.